welcome to Show Us Your Tech. Today we're at Mark Pendergrast's house, and Mark is on the Windows Home Server team.
Hey, Larry.
And you've outfitted your house with some tech.
I have indeed. It might look a little bit old, and in fact it is a 1920s house, but it's got a lot of technology underneath the covers.
Well, let's check it out.
Come on back. Okay, so Larry, welcome to our little kitchen right here. This is sort of the center of the house.
Okay.
In terms of living space, that is. Technology is downstairs. I'll show that to you in a little bit. But right here is where everything seems to congregate. You know, when we have parties, people don't hang around outside.
Yeah, they go to the kitchen.
They go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So that's what really got us really interested in this house, was this open landscape right here with the fabulous large eating space right here. But there is technology in the kitchen as well. And you know, since we spend so much time here, might as well outfit the main kitchen.
Cool.
So let's go over here and take a look. This is where all the technology is hidden. Except for, of course, we've got a 40-inch LCD panel. But back down here, if you crouch down, you'll see that there is another receiver right here. And connected to that, we have a little Roku device right here. It's a SoundBridge radio that is wired, connects to our router, which is hidden well back behind all the CDs there. So everything is wired and connected to our overall home network. So I can play off internet radio, I can play media streams from the home server, which is downstairs. Cool. You can take a look at that. So it's a very convenient way for us to hear, listen to music when we're, cooking dinner, that kind of stuff.
So tell me a little bit about this camera.
Yeah, so the IP camera is actually pretty cool because not only can you control it when you're outside of the house and log into it and obviously check on what's going on in the house. We call it our Guinness Cam.
Yeah.
And not because there's beer in the house, which of course there is, but it's also a way to keep an eye on the dog. Our dog's name is Guinness. It's got a microphone built into it. And most importantly, though, it has a connection, since it is connected to the Ethernet, to the home server as well.
Cool.
So D-Link has a really cool, neat little app that allows you to actually take the feeds from your IP camera and store them on the home server, so that you essentially have a security system for the house already built in. You can go back in time, look at security feeds over a number of different days, and look at when that intruder was able to knock into your house.
Yeah.
Or
the house is on fire and you want to watch it. Burn to the ground.
You might as well just enjoy it all together. It's a really cool way to tie in the storage capability of home server with an IP camera that's on the network.
And how do you get to the camera? Is there like a unique IP address for it or something?
Yeah, well, most IP cameras today, you actually have to go up and have a DIN DNS service that basically routes your firewall to the camera. Luckily, home server has one of its advantages the ability to get a domain automatic as part of.
So I would have like Larry.homeserver.net.
Larry.homeserver.net or whatever,
yeah.
And you leverage the automatic DNS service of the home server. And you point it to a particular port, and that port then forwards through the router to the IP camera.
Very cool.
So it's a great way to marry the home server and the IP camera. Okay, Larry, come on down. Take a look down the new stairway that you now don't have to worry about hitting your head.
Nice.
When you come down. That's
nice.
Trust me, big improvement over what it was before.
I'm so short I don't have to worry about hitting my head most of the time, but that's always good.
Yeah, some of us have to though.
So what do you use this space for?
So this is my little expanded office. Originally was pretty much a dead space in the house. It was not used at all. All I had here was a bunch of boxes. And we saw it as a perfect opportunity to put in a little office area. So what we did was repurpose that desk that was originally upstairs and built around that, added some bookends, some shelving, and of course, had to make sure there was plenty of room for tech stuff. Okay, so let's go down and take a look at these desktop PCs back here. I've got a Shuttle, that's a main desktop productivity machine. And
did you build that yourself?
Yep, built that myself. Well, I got the chassis, and I put in, of course, the Intel Proc in there, as well as the hard drives and the DVD drive. So all of those were components I built it myself. It's the only shelf that's on wheels. Make it easier for you to get access to all the USB connections and other power cables down in back. Right next to it, of course, is the subwoofer for the speakers that are attached to a little Shuttle PC. And on top of that, you'll notice that is a time capsule as well, which we use to back up our Mac. But as you can probably tell from the blinking light, it's not in good health right now. So It looks like it's probably going to be retired, and I might have to find a Windows-based solution to back up my Macintosh. I'll show you what I have in mind.
Sad Mac.
Yep, it is a sad Mac, and yes, Macs do have problems too. It's all hardware-based. I just bought this monitor up here, which is a huge improvement. My wife loves it too, because now it's no longer cluttered all in one small, 20-inch monitor. Now it's up to a 25-inch monitor, and of course, got Windows 7 running on that PC as well, and plenty of room for gadgets. I'm a big gadget guy, and so I want to see time zones, I want to see stocks, I want to see news, and of course I've got the Media Center gadget up there, so I can, one click right into a TV show or internet TV. It's pretty cool. Okay, Larry. So we took a look at the office area. So now let's come into the pride and joy of our house, which is the little media room. Laura, of course, calls it the Zen Media Studio, but
nice.
We each have our different uses. We primarily use it for TV watching, as you can tell.
Great.
And the centerpiece of the whole room is, of course, our little couch setup, which we just installed.
That's not the centerpiece. The centerpiece is that huge screen.
Fine. What are we talking about? Let's get to the reality. It's a nice big screen here. The Pride and Joy. It's a Pioneer Plasma, and I wanted to make sure I picked up a Pioneer because, as you know, they're getting out of the plasma business.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure I got one of these Kuros before they started becoming really hard to find.
So 50-inch plasma?
It's a 60-inch plasma. 60-inch, and it's perfectly fitted right for the custom-built the shelving right here. And as you can see on that screen, we have Media Center, and it's being powered by an Xbox 360 that's connected back to that PC we saw in the other room.
Yeah.
So all the recording that's happening on that PC is being streamed over the Ethernet because, as we know, we pulled a ton of wire, and it's all coming through the Xbox and then being shown on the big screen TV.
Cool.
So all the recordings, etc., all that's coming through on the Xbox, and it all goes through our Denon receiver. That's down below, and as you can tell, it gets somewhat complicated because I got so many components. I even got a little cheat sheet to tell me, okay, what do I have to do? I got to change the input and then the amp input, to make sure that I got the right things going. So
you haven't gone with some kind of fully automated remote yet?
That's the next step.
Yeah.
I've got my eye on a Harmony. One of the new fully configurable remotes. But
Jeff Sandquist in DP is the Lord's authority on remote control. So
I gotta go talk to him because I need him. And look at all these remotes right here. You know, they're gonna get lost. They're gonna get sat on or broken. The dog's gonna chew on them. So I got to do something quick. And so one thing we're particularly proud of is that we're no longer beholden to cable TV anymore.
You got off the cable.
We cut the cable. The only cable that comes into us is internet. That's it. So we need the broadband speed for our lifestyle. But right now, all we have is an over-the-air ATSC antenna.
Cool. And how many channels do you get from that?
Close to 30, 40 channels.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's
not too bad.
Cable used to be.
It's what cable, it used to be basic cable, essentially. It's a reconfigured basic cable. So we get all the major broadcast channels, CW, Fox, NBC, ABC, and the whole string of other stuff that you get there, the local weather channels. So they've been adding, and it's all in HD. Which is the greatest thing. The quality.
It's free. That's the greatest thing.
And it's free.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. It's such a great value, and that's the first thing I tell people when they ask me, how do I get my TV? It's like, it's free.
So how does that come into the house?
That comes in via a big antenna up on top. We actually hired a guy to go up there. I'm sort of afraid of heights. I'm not really one to go up there and fool around with antennas on a roof. So we hired a guy, Dan the Antenna Man, well known at Microsoft. He does quite a bit of AV configurations for people, and he went up there, configured the antenna, made sure that it was tuned right, and now we've got a beautiful HD stream coming in. It's pretty sweet.
Cool.
So we're pretty happy about that, and of course all of that married with a Media Center to record it all. So we're time shifting.
So how do you split that signal that comes in so that you can watch it on all the TVs in your house? Do you have to have separate tuners? Or?
Yes, you do. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you.
Let's see it.
The next stop on our little tour here is the back room.
The wiring.
The wiring.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. Let's go see.
Go take a look. Okay, Larry. So behind that door is our little unfinished back room. We have grand plans, of course, later on, but right now it is primarily the place where I get to pull a lot of wire.
Yeah. So this is what connects it all.
This is where it all comes
behind
together.
the scenes.
Behind the scenes, comfortably with the door closed. The
This is
wife
where
doesn't
the,
have to worry about it. The guests don't see it.
The Imagineers come in and pull wire for you in the middle of the night.
That's exactly where the little gremlins come
Yeah.
in here and they just
Yeah.
fool with all my stuff.
So this would be the behind your TV, right?
Exactly. And as you can see, a couple things that I made sure were done. And one of them was, of course, constructing plenty of holes for easy access to the remotes, to the receiver, to the TV. You need that extra space. I don't have the tiniest of hands, so I want to be able to have plenty of room to go in there and move stuff around and shove a little flashlight in there. It's also a place right here where we have yet another one of the switches right here. So this is what connects all the different components. I've got the Xbox connected to this. The TV now has Ethernet.
So the TV has, how do you use that?
Well, I use it because the TV comes bundled with a bunch of little internet widgets. Yahoo widgets. It has Netflix built into it. And
so it doesn't have Media Center extender capability.
Not directly into the TV. That's what I use the Xbox for.
Yeah.
The Xbox has the Media Center capability built in.
Cool. Okay.
So of course I need the Xbox connected, and the one most recent little thing I added here was our new Blu-ray DVD.
Cool.
That too was internet connected. All the devices you buy today have Ethernet in the back. It's amazing.
And the Blu-ray, why does it have Ethernet?
A couple things. It has the ability to do automatic firmware updates.
Yeah.
So
well, that's cool.
That's cool. And the firmware updates have actually added a couple new functionalities recently.
As long as they push the firmware.
Well, they do.
That's the thing, yeah.
I turn it on, it almost always tells me there's a new firmware update.
Yeah.
And the most recent update a week ago, it pushed down Blockbuster video
Cool.
and Netflix video.
Very nice.
So I haven't tested them out yet, but it's cool to actually see that.
Yeah.
I have used the Pandora built into the Samsung Blu-ray, and that's just great.
Wow,
It's
Pandora,
fantastic.
that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, and it's great on a PC, but when you have it on a big screen TV with the album art and hooked up to the receiver, with surround sound, audio, it's a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
all that comes through the little Netgear switch I have right there. And as you can tell, I've got a grounded metallic electric switch down here. My contractor said, don't trust the plastic ones, only trust the metal ones in case of fire.
Really?
So it has a big, big difference in terms of fire hazard between the two.
Well, now I'm going to be making a stop on the way home.
I think Home
because I
Depot
think I
is
have
waiting for
like
you.
20 plastic ones daisy chained together.
He said they're not the ones to go with. They're a big fire hazard. So I certainly didn't want to take any risks there. So let's actually go over here and show you the other part. You'll see that this little trailing wire goes, unfortunately, hasn't been connected. I've got to make it a little bit neater. But it flows all here over into the right-hand corner where all the wires seem to converge, and I have yet another switch there. But next to the switch is my pride and joy, which is our home server. It's an HP MediaSmart. It's for the first generation, so it's about 2 years old now. But this is a little puppy down here. I've got 3 different drives hooked into it. Now about 1.5 terabytes of storage. Got an empty bay here. I think about adding some more storage in here soon. But as you can see, it's pretty dusty, and that's because I never touch this thing.
Yeah.
It sits down here for months on end. I never reboot it. I never touch it.
That is the idea.
It's the whole point of home server.
You don't know about it until you need to.
And it has saved us a couple times.
Yeah.
Hard drive failures. My wife was freaking out because she had thought she had deleted a particular file. All I said, Laura, don't worry about it. We went back in time, picked a restore point that she knew she still had that file, brought that file back within 5-10 minutes, and presto, she was up and running again.
Nice.
So even not just for whole PC restores, it's great for individual file restores as well.
Cool.
This is a silicon dust network-based tuner. HD Home Run is the formal name. And as you can see, it's got an Ethernet jack, and the name tells it that it's connected to the network, and what it does is it basically takes a feed from my antenna, from the ATSC high-def antenna on the roof, and splits it into 2 different streams that are then broadcast out over IP to all the devices in the home network.
Wow.
So it's a network-based tuner. I don't have to have a TV tuner built into my Media Center PC.
Yeah.
It's sitting here where my antenna drop is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Yeah, and all the Media Center PCs in the home can tap into that same feed.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a great way to share your cable TV, your antenna feed with multiple PCs in the home.
Yeah. Well, thanks for showing us your house. It's definitely one of the most wired houses we've seen yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, thanks for coming over, Larry.
Cool.
Appreciate
And
it.
I just wanted to like sit around and watch a movie with you.
Yeah, you know what? I think
We'll
we got to
kick
do
it.
that.
We'll grab some Guinness and the dog,
Oh, of course.
and we'll watch a show. Did anyone ever tell you you look like Bill Gates? No? It's kind of like I'm hanging out with Bill Gates.
Yeah. But if that was really the case, it'd be a hell of a lot more wired house than what we just saw.
Ready, Larry?
Yeah. I can't start yet. I'm very flustered with an audience. I work much better alone. All right? Okay. You ready? Everyone not look at me.
All right, I won't look.
Thank you.
And so this big thing right here that was awkward in our way is actually a safe that we found underneath the old stairwell. So we got rid of the old steep stairwell and found this safe here.
And it was full of money.
And, well, funny you should ask. It originally was closed and locked.
Yeah.
And we moved it in here during the construction. And we had no friggin' clue how to open it.
Yeah.
And Laura and I were going, okay, what do? We hire Geraldo to come out there and open it up? We have no friggin' clue.
That's always a disappointment.
Yeah,
So.
well, guess what? One day when I came back, during the whole construction, we had many contractors come and go. We had painters, we had carpet guys, we had, you name it. We had people in here doing stuff downstairs. We came back, and it was open.
Wow.
Someone had opened the safe.
So you had like a safe cracker
Someone
who doubled as a...
doubled as a painter. I have no idea. We have no clue who did it.
So they took all the money out of it.
It could have been. We have no idea. So Laura and I were like, it was never ours to begin with, but guess what?
Yeah.
There it was.
Now it's really not yours.
And it's really not ours. So all we found in there were shreds of carpet.
Green carpet,
Green carpet. And,
which is what all the money was sitting on,
Clearly.
obviously.
And then this birth certificate from the 1940s. So here, maybe we should open it up and put it on TV.
So that whoever can assume the identity of this person.
Can come back. So if there is a Gloria Janet, Janet, born 1940, she should come and claim her safe. So